Howdy gamers. Everybody knows that if you play Dark Souls and you use a shield, you are a scrub. But leave it to Japan to secretly make shields the ultimate weapon. That being said, sometimes you don't want to play Dark Souls because it takes concentration. Sometimes you want Tony Hawk with all the cheats on. So one day, I was being lazy and scrolling around on Hulu, which I hate with the passion of 1,000 NFT bros getting their JPEGs Control-C'd, when I stumbled upon a new show, BOFURI. I don't want to get hurt, so I maxed out my defense. It sounded like some popcorn trash that had hot girls with the personalities of Xanax bars and big tiggies. Naturally, as I am wont to do in that case, I turned it on, and I was immediately disappointed by the lack of hefty chesties. But beyond that initial setback, I found nirvana. I achieved a higher mental existence as my third eye watched these cute moe girls fart around in a magical fantasy world. Blood ceased running to my brain and my eyes glazed over in what I could only describe as transient relaxation. But why? I was on the hunt for trashy basement goblin garbage. Why was I suddenly stupefied into a comatose state? My hunt had been disrupted, my drive corrupted. There could only be one answer. In my desire to find something disgusting for my sun-deprived hikikomori eyes, I stumbled upon the apex of popcorn anime, kettlecorn anime. Somehow, I had chosen trash C-tier poo-poo that rises above the rest. A polished piece of garbage that shines amongst the oxidized brass. And it gave me what I actually needed. A journey through a mystical land filled with beauty and Pokemon ripoffs that lulled my brain into off mode. A show that could do what all others had failed to accomplish, completely disengage my analytical side, my work brain, from myself. It was peace at last. No script writing in my head, no hidden meetings under the surface, just cute girls doing cute things because they could, and not like K-On!, which makes me want to barf out my nose. It was okay moe. In a video game world, I laughed, I cried, I paused to get some gamer subs, and with drink in hand and mind in the gutter, I delved into the thoughtless garbage world of BOFURI once more. And then it got a season 2, so I knew that somewhere out there was someone like me, someone who needed a break from the absolute horror and existential terror that is the real world. Someone else who needed a break from their own mind. So let me bring you some blissful peace for a GD second of your horrible lives. This is BOFURI. I don't want to get hurt, so I max out my defense. I can't believe I just said that. Behold, my friends, a present from me to you. I have nothing to sell to you today. I only want to make your life better, completely for free. As you saw earlier, Gamer Subs is my drink of choice because they pay me and I get it for free. But tons of people are skeptical about the whole gamer powder you put in water thing, and I was too. First time we got offered to work with one, I laughed, fully prepared to tell them where to shove it. But I gotta admit, Gamer Subs isn't only muy delicioso, I learned that from Dora, but it's also the best option out there. Their flavors are superior to other brands we've tried, but most importantly, their formula is way healthier for you. None of this maltitol sugar replacement crap that's actually worse for you than sugar. Gamer Subs uses erythritol, which is way better for you than sugar and has 70% of the sweetness of sugar and passes right through you during digestion. Isn't that fun? All of that, and it still takes you to Liquid Flavor Town. But guess what? You don't have to take my word for it, even though you should, because why the hell would I lie to you? We wanted you guys to be able to try Gamer Subs for free so you can see for yourself. So for the next 24 hours from this video's release, you can go to the link in the description. You get a bunch of samples of different flavors completely free. Using code BPOP gives you free shipping, and adding the samples to your cart costs nothing. So they'll literally send you free stuff if you use our code. Seriously, just try it. Take the free, get a taste, get hooked, and don't be your dealer, baby. Code BPOP, on with the show. So as my bloodshot eyes stared blankly at the screen, I realized with a gasp, that there was actually a plot to this show. I know, it's unheard of, but of all things, anime is meant to break the boundaries, expectations set for it. This girl Maple, and you know I like Maple because I'm a New England guy, was full diving into a VR game. My god, it's SAO, but with a girl protagonist. Finally something I could get behind, right? But I was mistaken yet again, for this game was no SAO, but instead NWO. New World Order, I mean New World Online. A game title so good that it could only come from a light novel. With newfound interest as a pro top-tier MLG gamer myself, I immersed myself in the world of NWO, and I'm happy to say that it fell in line with all the other full-dive VR MMOs I've seen in anime. It's built like shit. Good thing, there's literally no stakes. Players are not stuck in this game. They're just, I don't know, playing the game when they want to. Revolutionary. But this doesn't mean that the game doesn't look fun or is boring. Au contraire, mon frère. New World Online has a multi-floor setup where bad theme party floors are unlocked every couple weeks or months as players level up and complete the floor they're on and stuff. There's a spooky floor, and there's a steampunk floor, and there's an 80s floor, and there's an Edo era floor. And it's all really good looking. When you're watching it, you can't help but think to yourself, dude, I want to play this game. Despite looking really fun, it doesn't make any sense from a game design standpoint, right? People get unique and powerful moves for seemingly no reason. There doesn't seem to be any real balancing to keep the game fair for all players. It's beautiful, but it's poorly made, just like Deathloop. I think Donkey would be proud. And speaking of Donkey, our main character Maple, who has never played a video game before, manages to smash NWO into pieces by doing the dumbest thing you could think of. Being a complete and utter noob, hence, the shield, Maple puts every skill point she has into defense so she won't get hurt, which is the title of the anime. I don't know what you expected. She's a timid gal, but she made my MLG pro gamer brain suddenly switch back on. I boofed a Mountain Dew, yelled at my mom, renamed myself Kyle, and punched a hole in my wall. And when I was done pre-gaming, I thought, is this girl insane? You can't put all your points into defense. You'll have to abandon your character and start over. Plus, all the little kids on the internet are gonna call you the F slur. But how wrong I was, my friends. I forgot the most important part of this anime. The game is completely broken. Maple's high-ass defense lets her cheese basically everything in the starting area. Bunnies flop harmlessly into her stomach as she laughs maniacally. At one point, she literally falls asleep in the middle of the forest, and mobs helplessly beat against her iron body while doing no damage. She's playing on God mode. But is Maple an evil genius playing with only a Guitar Hero controller? Is she actually a big brain, 5-head, 90,000 IQ player that'd make Musk cream his khakis? My eyes bulged out of my head trying to analyze her. What is her motive, her flaws, her weakness? Surely there must be something deeper for me to understand. She's just insanely stupid. You'd be surprised how many people that seem super smart are actually really dumb and just lucky. Now, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. It's not Maple that's stupid. She's just ignorant of how you're supposed to play a game. She's doing the best she can with the powers of Dentine Ice over there. It's the game devs that don't know what they're doing. NWO follows the same skill reward system as SAO. For instance, the more you bang your head against the wall, the harder your head becomes. Try it. I swear it works. But here's where it all falls apart, right? The beginner dungeon boss is this 3-headed poison dragon that is supposed to absolutely obliterate new players until they level up and form parties. Normally, you would challenge it with a group of players, a raid. This would spread out the poison damage because the 3 heads would focus on separate people, but not Maple. She literally takes a shower in the dragon's poison bukkake, continually drinking health potions to top off her HP until she becomes completely immune to poison damage altogether, making it impossible for the dragon to even damage her. Game broke. But oh no, all her weapons dissolved in the poison. How is she supposed to defeat the boss now? With her only weapon left. Snacking. With no Cheetos in sight, Maple literally eats the dragon instead, bite by bite, until it's taken enough damage to die. But somehow the game devs had coded this possibility into the fight, and eating the poison hydra is not only a viable option, but also gives her a special skill that you only get by eating it, which allows her to summon the 3 heads of the hydra to shoot poison everywhere whenever she wants. So despite her complete lack of damage capabilities, she now has a massively damaging attack that also inflicts poison, so she just has to outlast her enemies like a shitty Blissey user with Toxic, the perfect skill for someone with only defensive capabilities. And this is BOFURI. Cute girl, plays game with no consequences, does something stupid, and accidentally gets unique OP powers which perfectly supplements her min-max defense build. And as I sat there in the dark, watching this girl fail upwards like a real politician into being one of the strongest players in the game, couldn't help but laugh. Because this girl is donkey on crack. She plays the game completely wrong, but her stupid ideas work so well that she ends up even stronger because of it. And every situation is funny because she's blindsiding the game developers with issues they never even considered. And we actually get to see them panic because they're characters in the show. Eventually, Maple gets abilities to turn into a giant mech, transform into an armored lizard monster, become a guardian angel, produce massive amounts of protective sheep's wool, grow tentacle arms, and even more crazy shit. And really the best part is watching the devs react in real time to the things that she does. The devs are constantly trying to balance the game around Maple's Rain Man style ingenuity and failing at every turn. At the same time, they can't balance the game completely around Maple or it would make it unplayable for everybody else. And here I am cynically sneering at these rabbit toy avatar game devs as they get flabbergasted over and over, desperately trying to keep the game balanced, while their overall morale plummets every time this moron overcomes an obstacle they try to put in her path. It's fucking hilarious if you're a troll. And like I said, nothing bad happens in NWO. There's no stakes. You want to play it anymore? You just log out and go about your life, go to school, I don't know, do your thing. And it's a beautiful world for sure. The animators did a phenomenal job creating a place that looks so appealing and fun to explore. I wish it was a real game. It's more fantasy life than Final Fantasy XIV, you know what I mean? But at its core, it's a show made to make you laugh and make you relax. It turns off your brain and lets you veg out to peaceful visuals, exciting Sakuga fighting, and cute friendships between cute girls and the occasional guy, whatever. Is this the type of show we typically cover here? Hell no. But is it worth taking the time to watch? Hell no. But if you have time to kill, absolutely. Or maybe you're going to bed and you don't want to get into something that's going to keep you up all night because it's so interesting. I haven't had a show make me chill this much or make me not want to gag in a hot minute. BOFURI is a feel-good anime, a slice of life hidden inside a fantasy game. It's still got the thing that nerds like without the annoyingness of, you know, just watching girls have slumber parties. And we've complained before about how the saturation of anime in the market is getting really intense, right? The garbage to gem ratio is slowly going the way of the American class system. That said, just because something is garbage doesn't mean it stinks. Sometimes you can even still eat it. But for real, we all need a palate cleanser, and as people who watch anime, it's probably not going to be Love is Blind. We gotta find something in our sphere, something that represents the particular basic bitch inside of us. After the emotional devastation that was Cyberpunk 2077 Edgerunners, I needed to stop thinking about how we were hurtling headfirst into a nightmaric future filled with violence and poverty. I needed BOFURI. Not for my brain, but for my soul. It's not going to win any awards, it's not going to change your life, but it will comfortably distract you from the fact that gun violence has become the #1 cause of death for children in America, and all without making you want to gouge your eyes out because it's too mushy gushy cute. And you know what? I'll take that.